Good evening. Please remain standing and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Well, good evening, everybody. Students, what do you think? Can we hear you? Are you out there? Congratulations. We are very, very proud of you. Parents, families, friends, thank you all for being here this evening. I know we're all delighted that we're having the event indoors as opposed to maybe outdoors, right? So it's great to see you all here. Bienvenidos a todos los padres, familiares, amigos. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros para celebrar la graduación de los graduados del 2015. Bienvenidos de nuevo y ojalá que disfruten de la situación y de la ceremonia. Tonight, we're going to honor our students that have been superbly persistent through challenges and all other opportunities that have come to them throughout their years here with the Arlington ISD, and we're delighted that you're here with us today. Among our audience, we also have some students that are actual graduates that graduated or are graduating in 3 years. So those students that are graduating after 3 years of course completion, will you please rise so we can recognize you, please? Thank you. I would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to introduce our dignitaries up on stage. With us this evening, we have our board member, John Hibbs, board member Bowie Hogg, board member Kristen Hudson, board assistant secretary Keisha Mays, board president Jamie Sullins, our chief academic officer, Dr. Stephen Wirtz, and you'll get to hear a little bit more from Dr. Cavazos in just a few minutes, but of course we have our superintendent of schools, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. Last but not least, a quick thank you to Ms. Electra Kitchen, Dr. Horton, who you heard just a minute ago lead you through the Pledge of Allegiance, to our fine arts folks, to our folks from counseling, guidance and counseling that are here, and most certainly to our building administrators, faculty, and counselors that are all here supporting you students, making sure that we've taken care of you up to the very last minute, even as you walk the stage this evening. So, without further ado, sure. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos.
Thank you, Rick, and graduates, congratulations. You have made it to this point, and you have accomplished a lot in your high school career. And I'd like to just take a minute to really have you reflect a little bit about how you got here. And I know that the 3-year graduates stood up here just a minute ago, but I think it's important to reflect on the fact that you have persevered. You have overcome, whether there be obstacles or challenges in your life. And the important part about tonight is that you are graduating from high school. That's the important part tonight. And so whether you took a path that made you get here a little earlier than everyone else in terms of a 3-year grad, or it took you a little longer, or the path was winding for you, the important part, like I said, is that you're here, and also that you keep in mind as you go into your future and whatever you want to pursue, that you keep in mind that you already have some very, very important skills that you've learned. And you've learned those skills about perseverance, about reaching for a goal, even in the middle of challenges. You've learned how to make sure you use your support system, how you stay engaged, how you never give up. You've already learned those things. And I'll tell you that learning those things while you're in high school A lot of people don't learn that until they're way out of high school. And you've already learned that. So I challenge you to use what you've learned, all that you learned in school, but use the fact that you've persevered or that you've accelerated, whichever is your story. Use that for the rest of your life, because you have an advantage. You have an advantage because you've already gone through that and you know how to do it. So next time that you face a challenge, next time that you face someone telling you you can't do it, next time you face someone telling you that you should go a different path than your goal, you've already learned how to stick to it and how to persevere. And so on behalf of the school district, and we have 64,000 students in our school system, and tonight it's about you. On behalf of all our school district, we want to congratulate you. We want to celebrate with you because if you think about it, you're helping other students. You're helping other students because you're an example. Either the example of accelerating and moving quickly through your career, high school career, or an example of persevering. But you're an example, you're a role model. And don't ever forget that you're that role model for your siblings, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your friends, students that you don't even know, that you have been in high school with or that are watching you. And they're watching you with a new sense of hope, a sense that we can accomplish something, a sense that we shouldn't give up. And they look to you for that example. So for that and for many other reasons, you should be very proud of being here tonight for your graduation. So I want you graduates to take a few minutes, and when you are done with this ceremony, to think about kind of the things that I mentioned, but also think about all the people who supported you, all the people who perhaps can't be here tonight because they passed or otherwise. And in their honor, continue to persevere and do your very best. Parents, friends, and all the family members who came today to support these young people, this is probably the most special graduation that we have in our system, because it shows all of us that we must continue to reach for our goals, and we don't do it alone. And all of you here who are here supporting these young people, thank you. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for helping them. Thank you for your support of Arlington Independent School District. Students, would you give everybody who came here tonight a round of applause and thank them for that? And if you don't know it, they owe you a lot more than a round of applause, and you know that. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I look forward to celebrating as you cross the stage and as you have much, much success in your future. Thank you.
Well, I can't believe we're at this stage of the ceremony already, can you, Dr. Cavazos? We host the graduations in June, and usually it takes us about an hour and a half to get to this point, but we're at this point. So graduates, are you ready? Get on your feet, please. Stand up. Dr. Cavazos, members of the board, it is my pleasure to proclaim these students as successfully completing all state-approved coursework, as well as having met mandatory attendance requirements as stipulated by the Texas Education Agency. The Arlington School District therefore confers the Texas High School Diploma onto each candidate. Candidates, you may now move your tassel from right to left.
At this time, I invite Arlington High School Principal, Mr. Shavir Dalla, and the Arlington High School graduates to come forward and receive your diplomas.
Haley Marissa Aguirre. Talisa Lawanda Deanna Allen. Jesus Antonio Arevalo, Arlington Scholar, 3-year graduate. Kyle David Couples. Christopher Matthew Hazen. Taisha Rochelle Hill. Brandon Wayne Journay. Martin Navarez. Maria Fernanda Pena, Arlington Scholar. Cerie Mornay Starling. Andrew Jacob Topping. Rebecca Marie Vasquez, Arlington Scholar. Michaela D. Wagstaff. Savannah DeMay Welch.
Bowie High School Principal, Mr. Bill Manley, and the Bowie High School graduates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Jordan Allen. Cynthia Andrade. Stephen Arigara. Valeria Flores. Jordy Kalo. Keanu Morton. Adeline Pardo Lopez. Jada Perez. Leanna Reyes Tovar. Whitney Shelby.
Lamar High School Principal, Mr. Andy Hagman, and the Lamar High School graduates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Darrington Bickums. Devon Carter. Ana Cisneros. Gerardo Cisneros. David Duvall. Alan Garcia, recommended plan. Victor Garcia. Jessica Lawson, 3-year graduate. Erica Martinez. Catherine Porch, recommended plan. Oscar Porcayo, recommended plan. Johan Romero, recommended plan. Rebecca Samuel. Peyton Sanders. Freddie Whitaker.
Martin High School Principal, Ms. Marlene Roddy, and the Martin High School graduates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Kyla Brooks. Paul Dixon, recommended plan. Kayla Dolan. Tristan Gomez. Chase Griffiths. Michaela Jacobson, 3-year graduate. Lexi Jernigan, 3-year graduate. Tyree Jones. Raven Phoenix, 3-year graduate. Ian Putman. Imelda Quiroz. Zane Spicer.
Sam Houston High School Principal, Mr. Fernando Benavides, and the Sam Houston High School graduates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Abdallah Al-Bayati. Brianna Bordeaux. Daniel Brasenio Ruiz. Bria Brooks, 3-year graduate. Cesar Cruz Vargas. Melinda Gomez. Emily Hernandez. Melissa Hernandez, recommended 3-year graduate. Celica Jennings, cum laude, recommended 3-year graduate. Athilano Lee. Giovanni Lopez. Jennifer Lugo. Alyssa Osorio, 3-year graduate. Juan Carlos Ramirez. Delois Rice. Cassandra Rodriguez. Juan Sepulveda.
Seguin High School Principal, Mr. Sam Nix, and the Seguin High School graduates, please come forward and receive your diplomas.
Isabel Martinez, recommended graduate, 3-year graduate. Curtis Dwayne Mooney. Draylon Sanford. Capri Thompson.
Juan Sepulveda, where are you? Man, you brought the whole fire department with you, didn't you? Graduates, please stand. And folks, let's give them one last round of applause. Audience, we ask that you please remain seated as the graduates exit the recession. It's a very, it's part of the pomp and circumstance, so if relatives could stay seated, we'd appreciate that. Graduates, we ask that you go directly to the west entrance, which is behind me, not directly behind the stage, but you go out this way, and our escorts will guide you. Parents, you should be able to meet your graduate outside on the west end as well. The back end is where we'll be handing out your diplomas. The counselors and staff will be there to meet you as well. So, folks, this concludes our 2015 summer graduation ceremony. Congratulations. And have a wonderful evening.